Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Parker now, off the play fake. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Parker. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get on the field. Let's get off the field.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, it's Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Big stop, Pete. Big stop. Let's go.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Muhammad. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Muhammad. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
Come on, set. Come on. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, come on. Right. Switch.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Watch the ship.
He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he gets it down to the 32.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Check for it.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now this time, Rodgers will throw. Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Carlson able to put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on
I
that.
was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 65 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Here's Rodgers to throw. Oh, he's going to let this, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Devontae Parker, 38 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Parker from the gun, he'll throw. He'll rifle this. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 44 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make it 24-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
No.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Push him back. Check. Crouch.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. He'll field this at the 5. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
No. 319.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
This is brought in at the 21. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards. Operating from the gun, Parker. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, but it'll be second down. Here's second and 10 now from the 29.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Parker, operating from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
65, 65. 65. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Shift.
Now Rodgers to throw on third down. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's Parker throwing on first down. And this is Cook with a grab. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and the Packers pick it up. Look at the big man rumble. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Two times.
Now Parker, off play action. Uncorks one for Davis. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Young. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
That's the way.
And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey, jump out! Check 26.
Now this time he'll look to throw. This one caught by Winslow. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 27. Now Rodgers. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. In for the score. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Parker now on 1st down. He'll get this one complete to Davis. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
Rush in. Rush in. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Protein spill. Snap.
From the gun, Parker. It's caught by Davis. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30. On first down, Cook. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here we go. 90 Wolf. Watch the run. Let's go.
Parker looking to throw on second down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Hey, exit.
2nd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Hey, Delta. On the ball. On the ball.
These babies cry all the way back to
Operating from the gun, Parker. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.